Hello, it's Philip Taylor speaking from Richmond Green Chambers, and I'm looking today at a book from Bloomsbury Professional. It's this purple coloured book here. It's called Partnership Law. It's a very important book, now in a 4th edition, and it's been written by Mark Blackett-Ord and Haren. This is the book here. It's quite a heavy one, nothing on the back. It runs to something approaching just under 1,000 pages. You can see there's a rather good index at the back. What you have got, of course, at the front is a standard contents section with various chapter headings. Then you have a lot of case law which you've got there, and then the book itself is again very usefully split into paragraph numbering at the sides, and of course very useful footnotes at the bottom. Give you a slightly better idea of the paragraph numbering here. You can probably see just on the sides there. As I said, it's a very important book because it's an all-encompassing book dealing with partnership law. We've given it a title on the web of Limited Liability Partnerships, Limited Partnerships and Firms Explained. And by the way, what is exactly a partner? Because that's the real question that we have with this. Because many people don't really know what the words mean. What we're saying though is that here clarification is the aim and raison d'etre of what is in fact a superb work of reference, which is not only thorough and scholastic but very readable too, and therefore of immense value, we think, to practitioners or their clients involved in LLPs, limited partnerships and firms. The nature, of course, of these entities can be complex, if not confusing. We don't know that many lay people who realise, as author Mark Blackett-Ord remarks, that LLPs, that's the limited liability partnerships, are not partnerships at all, nor do they have limited liability, one of the quirks of the system. The fact that they are generally tax-free and that they generally shield their members against negligence claims is what makes them popular, and that's of course the basis upon which Parliament passed the legislation. The legislation, of course, being the provisions now of the Companies Act 2006. The judiciary treats them, of course, as partnerships. Are you confused? Well, you won't be when you read this book. It's the latest edition from Bloomsbury, and I think it tries to clarify these points in the relevant chapters specifically dealing with, namely chapters 24 and 25. The very nomenclature inherent in this fascinating area of law inevitably generates confusion, and I think certain terms have shifted meaning over the years. A firm, for example, has a specific meaning clarified in the book, but newspaper editors and other media folk, for reasons of convenience and space probably, are using it to describe just about any kind of company, including PLCs. So it has a much wider term. As for the word partner, the author seemed resigned to modern realities, if somewhat annoyed by them, remarking that when the first edition of the book was written, the term partner meant, quote, someone with whom you did business, not somebody you went to bed with. Trust them to bring that into it. However, in the brief but intriguing other entities akin to partnerships section of the book, the subsection on marriage, boyfriends and girlfriends states unambiguously that unmarried couples are commonly called partners, but their personal relationship does not make them partners in the legal sense. So I hope we've got some clarity there. As I say, in almost 1,000 pages we've got a very wide-ranging coverage of this area of law. The research resources, I think, are particularly strong and very, very helpful to anybody who's looking in more depth at the issue. The law stated, in our opinion only, they say, is as at November 2011. We can't resist in conclusion quoting the author has quoted from the translators of the King James Bible of 1611 about the savagery of public comment if you put anything noteworthy before the public at all. Quote, whosoever attempteth anything for the public, the same setteth himself upon a stage to be gloated upon by every evil eye, yea, he casteth himself headlong upon pikes, to be gored by every sharp tongue. So, there we have it. Thank you to Mr. Blackett-Ord and Haren, and to Bloomsbury for an excellent new edition. Bye-bye.